A watch with the whole works, or to say it with Sinn EZM 10. I'm glad to present this watch to you today. Hello and welcome to Watch Maxie's Watch Videos. My name is Axel and I'm glad to have you on the show. Today I'm very glad to present you the EZM 10 Einsatzzeitmesser 10 Mission Timer 10. A watch of Sinn's which comprises nearly all of the typical Sinn technologies and a little bit more. If you're interested in German watches, if you like my channel, then you have the opportunity to subscribe to my channel if not yet done, right below the video in the description or in the lower right corner. Activate the bell and you're on the safe side. But now let's move to the watch in detail. The EZM10, the Mission Timer 10, is a typical Sinn watch. Technical, a toolish look and a good readability. The watch is not a small one, it is a thick and yet not heavy watch with a diameter from 9 to 3 of 46.5 millimeter and from 6 to 12 of 44 millimeter. And if you hear some noise in the background, that's my dog. The difference comes between the pushers for the chrono are integrated into the case, which makes the case on that axis a little bit wider. The watch has an overall thickness of 15.6 millimeter and a lug width of 22 millimeter. The watch is from titanium. However, given the size, the thickness and the built-in technologies, the weight is without a strap 95 grams, so it's not a really heavy watch, but it's not a lightweight either. On the front we have an AR-coated sapphire crystal, and the standard bag is a titanium bag. Here we have a look-through sapphire case bag, which cost an extra of €100. The case is made from titanium, bead blasted and tegimented, which makes it extremely scratch resistant. The watch is water resistant up to 200 meter. The crown and the case bag are screwed down, and the watch has an hour and minute hand out of the center. On the 9 o'clock position we have a small second. On the 3 o'clock position we have a 24-hour indicator, and at the 6 o'clock position we have the counter for the hours during the time measurement and stop mechanism. Between the 4 and 5 o'clock position we have a date positioned. The sapphire glass bezel is a bi-directional bezel, nicely to be operated. However, there are now no loud and hearable clicks like with other watches, but it can be adjusted absolutely precisely. The bezel is a countdown bezel, so you can count down the time using the bezel. Now let's see how this watch sits on my 17 centimeter or 6 3/4 of an inch wrist. For this I have to take off my Sinn 7563, which is a limited model of the 756 series. Here we have a watch with a diameter of 40 millimeter. Here we have 44 or 46 respectively. So we have a clear difference and see the EZM10 is a big watch. On my wrist, unfortunately, as many watches which I do like, it looks slightly too big. It is heavier than it looks, and it is lighter than it looks, but heavier than you would expect from a titanium watch. And the 44 or 46 millimeter respectively are, according to my perception, a little bit too big for my wrist, unfortunately, because This is a really gorgeous watch and a lot of technology built in. But if the watch is too big, you can't change it. It's a pity. The watch is empowered by the movement SZ01, which is an in-house modification, a Sinn-owned modification of the ETA Value 7750. And the modification Sinn made is that we have the stop second hand and the stop minute hand out of the center. The minute hand counts 60 minutes, so a full circle, and it is a jumping minute hand for the chronograph, which facilitates the readability and makes it easier to read the time. Let's take a minute to have a look at the jumping stop minute hand. We start the time measurement and we see the second hand begins to run. The second hand is nicely colored with white and orange, which enables us to identify the second hand over the white counters at the 3 and 9 o'clock position, as well when it passes the counter of the stop hours at the 6 o'clock position. Can be identified all over the dial and does not disturb any of the other indications and functions. You can see the stop minute hand with the small plane at the tip is still at the 12 o'clock position, hasn't moved at all, and just will move when the second hand passes this hand, and it will be right now, and it jumps just 1 minute. With that, it is absolutely easy to identify the stop minutes as they remain on a clear and precise position, and they are not in between two indices when the second hand moves on. As I mentioned at the beginning, the watch has built in a lot of the Sinn technologies. We have here the Diapel technology. This is the lubricant-free escapement. So we have a really reduced friction. We have a guarantee period of 5 years and longer service intervals just because of the used Diapel technology. The titanium case is hardened with the Tegiment technology, which makes it really scratch resistant. And we also have the AR dehumidifying technology. You can see here the capsule, which is really light blue, which is the optimal status, so no need to do anything on this side. We also have the temperature resistance technology, which enables the watch to properly operate in a range of minus 45 degrees Celsius up to plus 80 degrees Celsius. A wide range which I personally would not like to try. The minus 45 is too cold, plus 80 is too warm for me. We also have the pushers produced in the D3 system, which make them even more resistant against lateral power, lateral force, and make it even more difficult that dust or moisture intrude the watch. The pushers itself are covered with the black PVD coating, which are not only a really nice optical accent, but make the pushers also really hard and resistant against scratches. Let's have a closer look at the watch. Really nicely done, neatly produced. Really great watch. Side crown. The pushers are well integrated. The screwed bezel, which can't be lost. believe it or not, this watch is 6 years old. And on the back side, the look-through case back to the modified 7750, the Sinn EZM. Let's turn off the light. Absolutely great night view, can be read from various angles, as you would expect it from a mission timer. At the beginning I said a watch with the whole works, and here we have what is in addition to the standard Sinn, and this is a black light or UV light responsiveness of the watch. And when I move the watch with the current luminescent response into the black light, you see the color turns into a real white, and the stop mechanism is orange luminescent. Here we have the standard color, which is green, and it turns into a hard white under black light, and the stop seconds, the stop minute, and the stop hours are orange luminescent under black UV light. And what's really nice is that you can see the stop minute and stop second in both conditions. Under the black UV light you see it in orange, and in standard you see the little plane and the second hand with the standard luminescent. Yeah, this is really a nice feature which I like a lot, and this is something which is only available with this watch in the whole Sinn portfolio. So what does this beauty cost? There are no different variants. There is a EZM9, which is the equivalent to the EZM10 without the chronograph function, but this chronograph function is only available in this particular variant. The price as of November 2020 on a leather strap is 4,890 euro. On a titanium bracelet the price is at 5,330 euro, and on the rubber strap, as I have it here with the tegimented titanium clasp, the price is at 5,320 euro. The look-through case back, which has replaced the standard titanium case back in this piece, is available at an additional cost of 100 euro. If you like the video, if you like German watches, look forward to the next ones to come, so do I, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Cheers, Axel.